Hello friends, this is me, Nafanik. Let's continue playing murder. Game is over. Do I remember what I wanted to do? Of course I don't. Let's see. Riddles? To continue this treasure hunt, go back outside. Is this what I wanted to do? So do we see any lanterns here? No. Or maybe it's in the garden. Do I need to talk to anyone? Do we have lanterns here? Yes, we do. So it's 12 steps north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Didn't work. Is it here? No, nothing here. But this is obviously a lantern. I'm not sure that this is the lantern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is no more lanterns. I didn't see any other lanterns. Did I? Quite possibly that I did see something. But other than that, what else do I need to do? Let's check the case file. So we have a library book, we have a fallen gargoyle, we have anvil, we have a Russell Gallant's wheel, we have tour print proof, we have we talked about that, we have cigarette butts, we talk about that. Oh! I remember now. I need to come back to the forest. Can I come back through the garden now? I need to come back to the forest and find the gun. Maybe there are lanterns in the forest. No way. I still cannot pass through. Oh no. What? No way. Really? There is a hidden message written here. Oh, maybe. No, I don't quite understand. Well, I have an idea that maybe the hedge width didn't count as steps, so maybe. But anyway, I found the next step. So here we go. It's true that fortune favors the brave. Look 4 steps below the southeastern grave. Okay, so that will be the cemetery or the graveyard. What is the difference between cemetery and graveyard? Don't remember how to get to the forest. Let me check the map. So this is the forest, and to get there, so it can be done through the basement, I think, and it can be done through the cliff. Well, I think I'm closer to the basement now. So here we go. Secret passage. Some spiders. Not scary at all. Well, I'm not scared of spiders anyway, but it could be quite unpleasant. So we are in the forest and I wanted to search for a gun. Why couldn't I find it before? Maybe I wasn't looking for it, or maybe... Oh hey, yeah, I see it now. It's just too dark. Maybe it was here, maybe it wasn't, but anyway, we found a handgun and it's been fired recently. The initials BK are engraved on the gun. It must belong to Billy Kramer, the publishing executive from Hack Division. Why would his gun be here? I better ask him about it. So we shall do, but now I need to go to the cemetery. And I think it will be the fastest way to go through the cliff, if I actually find the way out. Where is the bridge? I remember there was a bridge. Oh, found. This area is quite large, so it's no surprise that I'm lost. Does this game actually have fast travel? No, I don't think so. Sometimes it just offers you to bring you to the right part of the map, but there is no fast travel, like on your own wheel. Okay, southeastern grave. Southeast it should be. Is it this one? 4 steps. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. The next secret that this riddle keeps is to the right of where the master sleeps. So that will be the master bedroom, which is good because I need to come back to the castle anyway. I think I should start playing more pixel art games because I just really enjoy it so much. Like there is different vibe to it. So here we are. Mr. Kremer not here. He was in the office. Where was the office? This is the office, right? No, this is organ room. This is the office. Well, hello, Billy. I found your gun. BK, this looks like your gun, Mr. Billy Kremer. Care to talk about it? Hey, where did you find that? The castle groundskeeper, Jim Wickman, was in the woods when you threw the gun away. Several people in the castle claim to have heard a shot around the same time Russell Gallant died. But he was died because the gargoyle fell on him. Ah. Maybe. Let's assume that there was a rope or something that was holding the gargoyle, and someone, like Billy, shot the gun directly into that rope, and the gargoyle fell on Russell. Could that happen? Yes. How would you care to explain why you brought a handgun to your meeting with Russell Gallant? Alright, I messed up. It was a dumb idea and I should have known better. If you tell me everything you know now, that would be a smart idea. Well, Hug Division needed money. I wanted to help the family business. Despite my father's wishes, I brought the gun to the meeting. I knew Russell was too smart to sign a bad contract. I was gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. I guess I've seen too many mobster movies. You were gonna kill him over a video game contract? No, they were blank cartridges. I was just gonna scare him. People said they heard a shot, but nobody's found any bullets, right? That does explain why there was a shot, but no bullets. His actions are still totally reprehensible. I saw something though. I saw Jerry Small come downstairs and enter the kitchen. He threw something into the fireplace. I couldn't see what it was, but it looked like electronic hardware, a disc maybe. Jerry Small left his room in the arcade. He burned something in the fireplace. Yeah, I hope that if he kept my secret, then I'd keep his. Jerry also wanted to meddle with the contract for the new Paladin Dream game. Anyway, you should talk to Jerry Small to find out more. One more thing. If you mention my gun to the public, you'll have to deal with Hack Division's legal team. Well, bye. Have a nice day or evening. I'm going to the master bedroom. Maybe I should have checked the kitchen first. Let's see. So this is the fireplace. Alright, here it is. And what is that? And that is Jerry's disc is burning in the fire. It just looks like melted plastic at this point. Alright. So that's done. Now let's come back upstairs. Let's check the master bedroom and the arcade. So this is the arcade. I think that this is Ari's room. Maybe not. Let's come inside and see. No, this is the master bedroom. So we have a bed here, and is to the right of where the master sleeps. So it should be right here somewhere. Well, I can't find anything. It's to the left. Ah, that's tricky, because when you sleep, when the master sleeps, it would be to the right from the master. Alright. For the end of this treasure hunt, you'll find proof beneath the gargoyle's left wing on the roof. Hey! So we are close to the end, I think. Well, to the end of this riddle anyway. Not sure about the game itself, because I honestly thought that it would be shorter. Well, I would say that I'm pretty close to the end, right? So maybe it is short. Disc and fire. You lied about not leaving this room. I have a witness who saw you in the kitchen around the time of death. Yes, Billy saw me. I admitted. I was throwing the disk into the fireplace to destroy it. You threw away a computer disk? Why? Russell didn't just choose to have the contractual meeting at the castle because he's arrogant. He was concerned about piracy. He knew that someone had leaked an alpha version of the new game on the internet. What he didn't know is that it was me. You pirated his new game? The one you were supposed to be testing? I needed to show Russell that he wasn't invincible, that my contribution was worth more than a pittance. I see, so then you felt guilty and threw it in the fire to destroy it. I left this room around 7:45 p.m. to do that. The odd thing was, at that time I heard a movement coming from the roof at the time. You heard someone on the roof at 7:45 p.m. Are you sure about that time? Yes, it was just before I heard the gunshot. The clock on my laptop was at 7:45 p.m. What's so important about that? This means that at 7 p.m., when Vicky Thompson heard Melissa Devon's phone call to Ethan Fisk, Russell Gallant was actually still alive. I know! That changes everything about the murderer's alibi and the person who provided the murder with it. Thank you. What happened? That's it, I think I figured out the mystery. Come on, Cleo, let's go talk to Officer Adams. Not yet, I want to solve edit to main menu. Okay, I want to complete the riddle first. I wonder if he agrees with me about Melissa and Ethan. And this is the gargoyle. Left wing. Look, Leo, there is a secret door to a hidden room in the chimney. That's cool. You unlocked a new area. Check the map menu for an updated map. Whoa, Cleo, did you see that? One of the suits of armor just moved slightly. No, I didn't. It's too dark. That's a mouse. Oh, it's just a mouse. But I really didn't see it, it's just too dark. But here is the treasure. Nice work, Leo. We finally found Herr Wilhelm Ludwig's treasure. Huh? It's another box. I can feel something hard wobbling around inside. It'll take some time to open it up. Let's look at it later, Cleo. We still have a mystery to solve. Oh, okay. I thought that after the arrest it would be the end of the game, so I wouldn't be able to complete the riddle. But I guess I was wrong. Wait, can I talk to her about this? To Melissa? Because I think that I will be arresting her. No, nothing. Hello, Officer Adams. You've solved the mystery? You know how Russell Gallant was killed? Yes, Officer, Cleo and I are ready to explain everything that happened. Well? I knew you'd do it, Detective Guy, and you too, Cleo. Please assemble all the suspects and meet me in the dining room. I've got something special planned. Oh, really? Okay, we'll proceed to the explanation then. Here we go, Cleo. Let's save the game. So, was I right? The explanation. Alright, Detective, everyone is here. Time to solve the mystery. The local police are still totally baffled. Can you please tell us what you figure out? Very well, let me begin. The victim, Lord Russell Gallant, was a renowned fantasy game designer. He lived a fantasy life and died a fantasy death. Gallant's fortune allowed him to live everyday life in a castle, but there was a curse, as I found when I discovered this item. The library book, I guess. I read about the supposed curse of the Castle Ludwig in the library book I found outside the castle. The curse of the Castle Ludwig is well known around these parts in Vermont. Did the stone sculpture of a gargoyle truly come to life? Could it have been a freak accident? No. Upon close investigation, I found evidence of a human agency. But I saw the gargoyle move before it fell on my husband. When I began interviewing each person of interest, I learned that something else had fallen from the roof recently. The object that fell from the roof near where Ari was standing was an anvil. An anvil also fell off the roof. There was no way to have objects fallen could be a coincidence. This discovery led me to believe that somebody had been on the castle roof. After gaining access to the roof through the sealed wing, I found proof that somebody had pushed the gargoyle off the roof. The item used to tamper with a gargoyle statue so it could be moved was... What? I know! I don't know what happened. It was rock hammer, of course. A rock hammer had been used to break off the gargoyle statue so that it could be moved. There was also telltale shards of polished rock and dust where the statue had been mounted. I knew then that a gargoyle was a murder weapon, but who was on the roof and how did they get there? The situation presented a kind of a locked room conundrum. How could anyone have gotten to the roof at the time of death? At first it seemed like everyone had an alibi. I was in Russell Gallant's office waiting for him to return to the meeting. I was upstairs in the arcade. I was in my room playing video games. I was at my husband's side the whole time. I was working around the castle doing my job. I was in the cemetery leading a seance. I was at the town park for my workout with Ethan at the time Melissa called about the death. Yes, it's true. That's what you all told me when we first spoke, but everyone in the castle has a reason for wanting Russell Gallant died. So they all conspired to kill him. Hack Division Vice President Billy Kramer's motive was... there were these two persons, Billy Kramer and another person. What's his name? Jerry Small. I confused them all the time. I don't remember what his problem was. Billy Kramer. Corporate greed, I guess. Yeah, that was right. Billy Kramer's motive was greed. His father's firm, Hack Division, had faced deep financial losses. Billy wanted Russell Gallant to sign away royalties to his promisingly lucrative new Paladin Dream game. He came to the meeting with a bad contract. If the swindle failed, he also brought his gun. I wasn't planning to kill him, just to threaten him. Video game tester Jerry Small's motive was... revenge. No? He was upset that he wasn't treated seriously, so that's revenge? Jealousy? Oh, okay. Jerry was jealous of Russell Gallant's successful game design career. He even pirated the new game, which resulted in the victim holding a meeting at the castle. I thought I deserved more credit for all the bugs it fixed. The victim's wife, Melissa Devon Gallant's motive was... inheritance, of course. Wait, what about Ari? Melissa Devon Gallant's motive was that she would inherit her husband's fortune and estate. The proof is in her husband's will. What are you saying? I was with my husband when he died. Russell's adopted goddaughter, Ariadna Jones's motive was... I guess revenge. That's the only thing that... No! Then what? I have no idea. I don't think she had any motive. Don't remember her having any motive. Inheritance, maybe as well. Oh yeah, that's true! Ari's motive was her inheritance. The victim was the executor of her ample trust fund. If he died, it meant she would inherit and not have to wait for 2 years. What a load of crap! Russell Gallant was my parents' co-worker and close friend. That's a Ludwig groundskeeper. Jim Wickman's motive was to hide a crime. Jim Wickman's motive was to hide his own crime. Jim was secretly manufacturing illegal drugs in a shack in the woods. He had to protect his operation at all costs. So that's why illegal drugs have been flooding the town. Jim Wickman, we are placing you under arrest. But first, I still wanna find out who the killer is. Former tour guide of Castle Ludwig, Leah Ludwig's motive was revenge. Yes! Leah Ludwig wanted revenge. She was very open about her contempt for the Gallants. The purchase of the castle cost me my job. The castle rightfully belongs to my family. The seance was just a theatrical performance. Bro, before you got any further with these accusations, I just wanna say I never met the victim. I also barely knew him. Do you need to put us all through this humiliation? That may be, but the crime was premeditated by a clever and determined criminal mastermind. Every detail was planned in advance, starting even before the Gallants moved into Castle Ludwig. The killer disguised themselves and took a tour of the castle and learned of the secret passage from the forest to the sealed wing. Having purchased a Ludwig signet ring, the killer could easily access the roof through the secret passage later unnoticed. I found the receipt from the costume shop on the side of the mountain road. The costumes were later disposed in the sealed tower. The location of the crime was chosen based on that there are no windows on that side of the castle wall. The killer even took the precaution of bolting the other door to the roof. I didn't understand how it was logistically possible to commit the crime until Jerry Small mentioned something important. Me? What did I say? You mentioned hearing footsteps on the roof at 7:45 p.m. The coroner determined the time of the death is between 7 and 8. What difference does 45 minutes make? Are you going anywhere with the rent, detective? When I interviewed Vicky Thompson, she said she heard the call between Melissa and Ethan at 7 p.m. The phone call where Melissa witnessed her husband's death from the fallen gargoyle. That's correct. I looked at my watch and it was exactly 7 p.m. Jerry's hearing footsteps on the roof 45 minutes after this 7 p.m. phone call suggests that when the call took place, victim was still alive. At the time Melissa Gallant made her phone call, Russell Gallant was still alive. The killer had 45 minutes to get to the castle roof and push the statue over the edge. They used the rappelling rope I found to get to the woods and then used the secret passage. It was plenty of time, more than enough for the killer to do what they needed to do. So, who did it? Ethan? Committing the murder was perfectly easy for an athlete like Ethan Fisk. Bro, huh? I wondered why would Ethan put the hysterical phone call from Melissa Devon Gallant on speakerphone at all. Having Vicky Thompson listen in gave him an alibi. Ethan then ran off to be a first responder to the accident. But he actually took the well-hidden path up the steep cliff to the woods. That way he didn't risk being seen by Leah and her followers in the cemetery either. Before meeting Melissa, Ethan went to the roof to push the gargoyle down on the victim below. You can't prove any of this. I found a clue linking Ethan to both the roof and the crime, which is hooded sweatshirt, I think. You left behind your sweatshirt in the secret passage. You had to hide it because it was covered from rock dust. The shards of polished rock and dust matching the gargoyle statue link you to the murder weapon. Ethan, when I asked you about losing your shirt, you told me you couldn't explain the rock dust residue. But you wouldn't have known about the rock dust on the shore if you hadn't been on the roof. I never even met Russell Gallant. Why would I go through any of the trouble for this elaborate scheme? Yeah, what's Ethan's motive? Ethan's motive is that he's secretly in love with the person who provided him with his alibi. His accomplice is Melissa, of course. The killer's accomplice was the victim's wife, Melissa Devon Gallant. What? Melissa married Russell Gallant only for his money. If he were to die, Melissa would inherit his fortune. The victim's will gives you an abundantly clear motive. Melissa, your love note about flying down the mountainside wasn't written for your husband. Oh! It was for Ethan Fisk, whom you met years ago skiing in New York. You're accusing me? You found out about Russell Gallant's wealth, introduced yourself as a fan, and find interest in him. After getting married, you started plotting a way to do him in. You even used Vicky Thompson to engineer introduction to Ethan Fisk, posing as your new skiing instructor. After finding out about the daughter of your husband's deceased friends, Mike and Sarah Jones, you were concerned. Why? It was possible your husband would change his will and give some of his fortune to his goddaughter. You had to move quickly to prevent that from happening, Melissa. So you and Ethan devised the sinister plot. Melissa, when you and your husband moved into the castle, you acted like you were going crazy because of the curse. On the evening of the murder, you phoned Ethan and claimed your husband was killed by the gargoyle. While Ethan made his way to the roof, you lured your husband outside from his meeting with Billy Kramer. Then, at the opportune moment, bam! You pushed your husband to the ground and Ethan sent the gargoyle crashing down on his body. Russell Gallant may have been killed by a gargoyle, but human hands were responsible. That's good, detective, that'll do. One small thing, detective, how come nobody in the castle heard the gargoyle fall? Because at the same time, Billy Kramer's gun went off, masking the sound. Mrs. Gallant, Mr. Fisk, you are both under arrest for Russell Gallant's murder. Hey Melissa, I told you nobody was going to believe that nonsense about a gargoyle moving around. Oh yeah, Ethan? Well, how stupid do you have to be to leave your shirt in the secret passage? You tweet. You're off. I still can't believe that gargoyle curse idea was the best you could come up with. Honey, it was better than your idea of poisoning the maple syrup. Even the two-bit detectives in Vermont know there is no such as curses. The organ! It's the curse of Castle Ludwig! What in the world? Don't you see, the castle spirits are aware of our guilt. The spirits call for our punishment because we killed him. No, Melissa, I was the only phantom organist in the castle. I just like playing creepy music when no one's looking. It may be weird, but it helps me cope. Very well, from my perspective, the marriage was always a sham, a means to an end. So when Melissa heard about Lord Gallant's wealth, it seemed too easy. Ethan and I have been in love for years, but love costs money. The public thought my husband was a creative genius, and maybe he was, but he was also socially awkward, clueless, and soft. It took one kiss. He told me I was the first woman who ever showed any interest in him. By bumping that dweeb off, all we did was Darwin's work, really, survival of the fittest. The way I see it, Russell Gallant's death wasn't our fault at all. The true culprit was his own naivety. Alright, that's enough, you're both coming with us. Epilogue. Ethan Fisk and Melissa Devon Gallant were found guilty of first-degree murder. State prison will be a far cry from living in Fairy Tale Castle. Jim Wickman was also sentenced for his role in the drug ring operation. After he was released, he continued working above board as the castle groundskeeper. Ariadna Jones, Jerry Small, and Billy Kramer teamed up to complete production and publishing of the new Paladin Dream game. The project was dedicated to the memory of Lord Gallant. The game sold like hotcakes and did very well for the Hack Division and its employees. Jerry Small went on to become an acclaimed game designer in his own right. Cleo found a total of 30 doggy bags while exploring Castle Ludwig. After solving the case, Guy made Cleo's all-time favorite, ice cream and lobster poutine. An extra special treat for an extra special clue sniffing dog. While Cleo was enjoying her snack, Guy finally had time to open the box and look at the treasure. Huh? It's an obsidian stone. I don't understand. The original castle builder was a quarry owner. Wait a minute. There is something really ominous about the obsidian stone in Paladin Dream. I guess I should go pick up that game and play it next, some other time. The castle reopened as a public attraction, and Leah Ludwig got her old job back as the castle tour guide. The sensational news coverage of the murder drew huge crowds of visitors. Welcome to Castle Ludwig, everyone. The story of renowned game designer Lord Russell Gallant's murder begins here. It all started with a popular video game, A Fallen Gargoyle, and a 100-something-years-old curse. The Fallen Gargoyle was even reinstalled back on the castle roof, and it looked as spooky as ever. The end. Oh, this is the end. Developer. I thought that the developer would be named Russell Gallant. Well, anyway, this is the end of the game. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.